Hello everyone, my name is Art and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at LEGO Speed Champions set 77246. This is the Ferrari SF-24, the 2024 Ferrari Formula 1 car. So this set has 275 pieces, which is one of the higher ones of the Formula 1 range for Speed Champions this year, which of course consists of 10 sets, all 10 teams. And yeah, I don't really have an issue with them releasing all 10 teams at once. I think it was sort of the best way to do it. This one is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the wave. McLaren is my favorite Formula 1 team, but we've got the McLaren last year. Now, I do think these ones are definitely an upgrade from last year's Aston Martin and McLaren, but just because the car designs are quite similar. The 2023 McLaren from last year, this year's one, for me, having that one is a bit more redundant. I still have this year's one, but this one was the one I was definitely very excited by and quite pleased by because it's Ferrari. It's Formula 1. It's the team, really. And I have a bit of a soft spot, I guess, for Ferrari, as Gilles Villeneuve is my favorite Formula 1 driver ever. So Ferrari and him sort of go hand in hand. I have a fondness for the team as much as I hate them sometimes. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this one. Of course, like all of the Speed Champion sets, really, but especially with these Formula 1 sets, you have a ton of stickers on this one. I believe it was 30 stickers. It's pretty much 15 on one side, 15 on the other, because it is symmetrical. But yeah, there's some new pieces in this one. The rear wing piece is a new, just one larger piece, which is quite nice. You've got the new front suspension pieces, as well as just some newer sloped pieces that really upgrade this one from what we've seen previously. Of course, Ferrari as a Formula 1 team has the most Lego sets across multiple different themes, but this one is your newest iteration with the 2024 Ferrari, and I think it looks great. I'm pretty pleased with the fact that, as much as I don't think the sponsorship looks great on the car, especially this year's 2025 car, which would be an interesting one to see. I'd be interested to see what color they go with if they ever do that one. But HP is prominently on this one quite a few times. You've got it at the front wing, the front suspension, the rear wing a couple times, near the back of the car. You've got it right there. It's on the car quite a bit, but I'm impressed that they have that because, of course, these would be in production, I guess, starting last year, really. But I'm just quite impressed that they were able to include that, as the sponsorship didn't start up until Miami, I believe, when they would have had that blue, slightly blue livery. Very disappointed by that livery even a year later. But yeah, this one has medium tires, which across all 10 sets, you're going to see all the dry or slick compounds. Another thing that's really exciting with these sets is the fact that the rear tires are wider than the front tires, which is just a little detail that I really like and that really adds to this set. I think that really elevates them from previous models. The front suspension piece also really elevates them as well. One thing that really impresses me with these new March 1st Speed Champions Formula 1 sets is the fact of how different the builds are. Especially it happens with the floor as well as the side pods. This side pod design is quite different than a lot of the other teams, with sort of the slanted piece, which uses a slanted piece with the Ray-Ban logo there, as well as the curved piece with the Shell logo. Another thing that I quite like, this one does have a decent amount of printed pieces as well. This is all printed right there, but I like how these lines just line up. They really do, when you place the stickers correctly, line up quite nice. And yeah, it looks quite nice. There are a few prints in there, like that's a print in there, that's a print, the one at the back's print, but you also have a few stickers in there as well. The floor is, I guess, not as nice looking, but it's built up quite interestingly and is definitely a component of some of the more interesting building techniques of the set. The rear wing, especially this look of it, is very similar across a lot of the sets. You've even got a sponsorship inside of the rear wing there, which is a custom really to the teams themselves and what you would see on the cars, but it's just cool having that little bit of detail in there. But yeah, it's quite nice. I'm quite impressed by how this one's built up and how different it is by some of the others. It's definitely one of my favorites of the wave. One more new piece comes in for the minifigure, and that's the minifigure, the driver's helmet, which is a new piece, new molded piece that looks quite nice. And this one definitely is one of the better of the minifigure designs. I think it has a bit more detail some of the others, but these are very plain minifigures compared to what you would see on the actual drivers themselves and their race suits. That's the one thing that I think is a bit disappointing with these sets, is the race suits, the minifigures. Now with Speed Champion sets, I don't usually tend to care about minifigures, but in this case, you know, the race suits are sort of important. Now, when you have the driver in there, which you're always, I would assume, have the driver in there, it just sort of fits. You see that helmet, and the helmet print itself is quite nice. Another print on this set that is across a lot of these is the front nose, which has printing on the side as well, but it looks quite nice. The triangular intake there is another nice part of this that definitely differentiates it from some of the others. It uses car door pieces, which is just a really cool parts usage. And the front steering wheel piece is in second gear there, a bit of an odd choice. The onboard camera is just a black ingot piece, which is a bit of a downgrade from last year's printed 1x2 tile. But overall, I think this is a very solid Speed Champions Formula 1 set. It's definitely probably my favorite of the wave, because it's Ferrari. It's really cool always getting a Ferrari Formula 1 set. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Before this partnership was announced, this just felt like the one that was going to be made next after McLaren and Aston Martin from last year. I thought Aston Martin was a bit of a weird choice. But yeah, I definitely felt like this one was coming, whether the partnership, the big Formula 1 Lego push was announced, whether that happened or didn't. I felt like this one was going to happen, and of course it happened here with all 10 teams. But yeah, this is a very nice one. I'm excited to see more Formula 1 Ferrari sets in the future. Of course, for me, I would love a Gilles Villeneuve icon set, or even a minifigure scale set like this. But yeah, I'm excited to see where they go from here. I would think they wouldn't just release all 10 teams once again with their 2025 cars next year, so I don't know. I would love to see some older design cars like Michael Schumacher or Sebastian Vettel, Piquet, Prost, Senna. There's just a lot of drivers, Nigel Mansell, who just got the icon set, that I would love to see in like minifigure size set. Of course, Gilles Villeneuve. But yeah, I really do like this set. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next Formula 1 review.